Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations about pro wrestling in all eras, and we try to do that as often as we can, consistently as we can. This is the WCW Saturday Night Review Series, April 22nd, 1995 is our current episode. We've got a few more of these to do, probably about 3 or 4 more, and then we're going to move on to another series, most likely WCW Worldwide, because I found a good treasure trove of those for the moment. Always adding to our older series as we see fit. We've added some wrestling challenge related stuff. We've added some wrestling. Superstars of wrestling related stuff in the last couple of weeks, so definitely worth going back if you enjoy either one of those series. In any event, we move forward to the idea of, the April 22nd edition, which seems to be joined in progress, or at least partially, as Paul Orndorff wins an enhancement talent match right as we begin. I'm assuming this is joined in progress due to something like Braves baseball or something equally basic there. In any event, Colonel Robert Parker out next, and Parker certainly a guy that has a lot of people going. Bunkhouse Buck is his charge for the moment. That alliance has been going on for a little while yet. Also, we see Flying Brian Pillman basically telling Bunkhouse Buck and Colonel Parker to go away. Pillman blaming Parker for the interference that led to the breakdown of the Hollywood Blondes. Parker not happy with Pillman standing up to him, and the continuation of the babyface push of Brian Pillman, which could have gone a lot further than it was allowed to go, at least in my estimation, but never truly did, is a pretty big thing there. The match really never gets quite off the ground completely, but needless to say, there is kind of an acknowledgement of the banquet for the WCW Slamboree weekend here. Also, we see Dallas Page involved in wearing a tuxedo, looking like $1,000,000, talking about being wealthy and being a major guy of major influence here, which turns out not to be necessarily true, as Kimberly Page is the one with the wealth. But anyway, that comes through in the next little while. Tim Horner and Brad Armstrong are a team here, kind of an enhancement talent team, for lack of a better term. Horner has done his time in the WCW regions as well as Georgia, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and all their points in between. They are getting a little bit of a push at the time because this is an enhancement match. Armstrong back and forth throughout Georgia and the surrounding territory for a good bit of time, trying to kind of go with a Lightning Express type vibe. Doesn't get all he wants on that, and then the arm ringers, basic arm lock takeovers, and the like. Horner, who was a big deal probably about a dozen years before, gets a nice roll up there. Georgia having a major pull for Tim Horner because that is where the majority of his stuff started out. Double Irish whip, both guys go together. Double, an atomic drop on one and a Russian leg sweep on the other. Win for Horner and Armstrong there. Some issues between the Butcher and Kevin Sullivan finally coming to a head from Worldwide Wrestling in the previous week, and they don't necessarily split up, but it's there. The idea that they could split up is there, and they finally do come to blows a little bit. Needless to say, Kip AB is here as the enhancement talent for Kevin Sullivan to destroy, and destroy he does. Punch, kick, chop, chop, and a leaping double stomp. Sullivan never exactly a technical wrestler, although he didn't need to be. At the time, in the early 70s, he was a major star. Sullivan unhappy with the actions of the Butcher and breakdown of the Three Faces of Fear, although he's not going to put any blame on himself, as is obvious in the promo post match here. Sergeant Craig Pittman in an enhancement talent match, which isn't exactly a great situation there. Um, and ultimately, um, some tie ups there. Pittman doing the Marine Corps kind of thing, gets a crank on the arm and the basic heel thing here. Irish, not Irish whip, but a cross arm breaker gets a victory there. He's gone very early, and then there's a hype package for Sting. Tony Schiavone continues to get us to watch WCW programming on a regular basis. Arn Anderson out next, talking about wanting to be at his best. Sting and Anderson is your main match, or the main match, at least for this shortened, what seems to be shortened version of WCW Saturday Night, which they have done battle for years. Obviously, Sting coming into WCW in 1988, and obviously Sting's battles with the Horsemen over the years, and Arn Anderson included in that, a pretty big deal. Such a basic match, but at the same time, Sting and Anderson so good. A lot of chaos. Clothesline by Sting over the top rope. Anderson bails out. Doesn't exactly want to get into it with the much more powerful Sting. Sting catches his foot and has him hopping on one foot while he turns him around. Boston Crab by Sting. Sting talking a little bit of trash because he has Anderson back at it. Anderson works the arm and shoulder of Sting and tries to ride him with really basic back chin lock. Basic stuff here. And Anderson gets the modified DDT. Doesn't get all he wants on it, but Sting bridges out, gets the eventual things going back in his general direction. Sting gets blasted, and actually we see the paint peeling off of Sting's face here at a point. Sting does the top rope toss off on Anderson, and Anderson eventually gets turned over in the Scorpion Deathlock as we close the program. Anderson eventually does have to surrender, but not before we get Sting coming back. Sting back on the winning ways. Of course, he's been an oversight in a lot of ways since the derivation of Hogan and Savage and other former WWF cast-offs at the time. But until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.